Hi everyone, my name is Emsie and I'm the co-owner of Mama Nu. I would like to share with you today, in the spirit of C-section Awareness Month, just a few tips on recovery and on focusing on a mom, since even the preparation and when baby's here is so often just focused on baby, and healing well from a C-section is so important. So I myself had 3 C-sections, and my first one was completely unplanned. I was in labor for very long, and then it just didn't work out the way we wanted to, so I had to have a C-section, and I was really unprepared. I didn't even read up beforehand. I didn't have the right underwear. I didn't have the right anything for afterwards. I was so convinced that I'll be able to give birth naturally. So from that, I just learned very valuable lessons, and I would like to share those tips with you today on how to recover well. So, firstly, I think the most important thing is um, just wearing the correct underwear. Since you have quite a serious wound, wearing underwear that is cohesive to healing and helps the wound breathe, and even up to 6 weeks post-birth, it is advised to wear gentle underwear. So, as we all know, those first few days, bleeding is quite hectic, regardless of the manner of birth. So, we designed these post-birth briefs, and they replace those ugly mesh ones that you get in hospital. So this is a super, super lightweight fabric. It's really nice and stretchy, and it's high waist. So it does not interfere with C-section healing. And also you'll see the fabric is really breathable, and it dries quickly if you need to wash it. So these are suitable for the first, let's say, 7 to 12 days when you bleed quite heavily. Bleeding is very individual, so there is no set guideline, so you can take it as it comes. But then after that, obviously, you would like to um, wear something normal again. And as I mentioned, it's gynaes advise and midwives advise proper underwear to still allow wound healing, since it's such a deep cut, and it's really sore. So you don't want anything pressing on your wound. We designed this garment, which is basically the same pattern as the one I just showed you. This is our delicate knicker. Also really nice and stretchy, also natural fabric, and it's got a cotton gusset on the inside, so it breathes when you don't wear a pad anymore. And these are also suitable for pregnancy already, since they are so stretchy. You can really just literally put it over your tum. So I didn't have any of these. I got out of hospital with my mesh and rushed home, and my mom literally had to drive from store to store to find me proper high waist panties, which there aren't. So I had to wear those normal high waist briefs from the store, which really is unflattering and just undignifying. You need something really pretty, at least, and feminine during a time that you are recovering. Just a few other tips. Since your body will be full of meds, and if it's a planned Caesar, you won't eat for quite a few hours before, so your stools will be quite unregulated. And in many cases, actually, one tends to be constipated. So you don't want that at all, because you need pressure off your wound, and you want normal stool patterns. So you should actually start taking something before that even happens and you are constipated. And I found this an extremely helpful product. This is called Morcusan. You can get it in any store, actually. I get this from Checker 60, so that's how easy it is. It's a prebiotic, so it's the same range of probiotics and all of that. The difference just is it actually feeds the flora that is already in your gut, and I find this gives relief quite quickly. And then what goes along with that is, this is called Laxon. So many doctors advising taking something like Movicol, which is like a gel that you drink to help get your stools going again. But often, if you already are in trouble and you are constipated and it's already very sore when you go to the loo, that's often too late to start taking that. It takes a few days for that to actually start working. So that's why I find this extremely helpful, just to get your first passing of stool going, and then once you're in a pattern again, you can actually use the Movicol for a while just to regulate your normal stool pattern. These are actually packed with when I go to the hospital, just so that I've got them to start taking it before I even find that it's difficult to go to the loo. And then so as I mentioned, we often forget how important it is for the mom to actually feel look after and to take care of her body. And also because a C-section is actually considered a major surgery, your body needs the right ingredients to actually heal well. So I take a multivite always before and especially during that period of healing. And I like to take extra things as well, but this is a Manatech one. I just buy it off their website. I've tried many products. I'm actually a dietitian in my prior life, so in my life before children. So yeah, I've just done a lot of research on good multivites. And I've just found that for myself, this gives me the best results and the best, I just feel better when I take it compared to other things that I have spent money on. So a good multivite just to get your body healed. This one is called Phytomatrix. I don't know if you can see there properly. But yeah, if you're convinced about anything else, it's fine to use, as long as you just make sure that you take something, especially if you start breastfeeding as well. There'll be an extra load on your body, plus healing a really deep wound, which is quite a lot of stress on your body, together with taking care of a newborn. And then the last thing was, which is one of the most valuable pieces of advice my gynae could ever give me. He's a pro with healing and wounds. I've had 3 C-sections and you can barely see my scar. I know that healing well is also your genetics. But if you do take care of your wound properly, it does help. So this one, it's called Micropore. It's literally like a thin little plaster that you basically put over your wound for 3 months after you've given birth. So whatever your gynae tells you to do in those first few days, you do, and then after that you basically cut a piece and you put it on your wound, and you maybe change it once or twice a week. When you get out the shower, you literally just pat it dry and then you just keep it on. It works amazing for scars and just for healing. And then the last thing I want to mention is there are quite up and coming research and just talk about pelvic floor and healing, and I've come across 2 amazing ladies, or 3 actually, in my path of bearing children. One is And Her Physiotherapy. They are based in Johannesburg. There's Nurture Your Vagina in Durban area in KwaZulu-Natal, and then there's a lady in Stellenbosch as well. All amazing people to actually go and see if you do feel pain afterwards. Yeah, or just any kind of dysfunction that you feel after having such a major surgery regarding your pelvic floor and the muscle and all of that surrounding the healing of that. You can go and look on their Instagram pages or send us a DM if you want the names again. I found that really valuable just because it's such a major surgery. So I hope you find this very helpful, and yeah, even if it just triggers something, that you should also place the emphasis on you and not only taking care of your baby.